Welcome to Queries in ICMS. This course will teach you the basics of finding records in the Interior Collection Management System. The basic navigation lesson is prerequisite for this lesson. All of the information we'll cover in this course is also available in several other places. Chapter 1 of the ICMS User Manual covers system basics. Chapter 7 covers queries. All DOI units using ICMS should already have a copy of the manual. It is also available in PDF format on the Rediscovery FTP site, ftp.rediscov.com/ICMS. We strongly recommend you refer to the user manual as you begin to use ICMS. Also, the online system help describes all of the program's functions. Let's get started. After login, you'll start at the home page. From the home page, you can go anywhere in the program. Some functions are available immediately from the home page. Others are available only when you're working with records in the database. One function available from anywhere is the System Help. It includes a chapter on finding and grouping records. That chapter describes all of the tools with you can sort, search, filter, and select records. The Index tab in System Help is especially useful. If you can't remember what chapter contains the information you need, click on the Index tab and enter the subject. For example, tag sets. Now we'll learn about queries. From the home page, you can go anywhere using the keyboard or the mouse or a combination. Navigate to the Catalog Records screen to begin. One simple way to find a record is the list pane showing the list of records. The list pane has several features. With Quick Sort, you can click on a column header to sort the data by that column. You can type in the column to go to a record. Quick Filter lets you select all of the records that match a term in the list. These features might be familiar to you if you use Excel. You can stretch the list pane to make it bigger or smaller. Later, we'll show you how to add any field you want to the list pane. The Record menu includes things you can do with database records. You can sort them by location, by accession number, etc. You can move to the next and previous records, F3, F4, F6, and F7 on your keyboard. And you can select specific records using Get, F8, Search, and Filter. You can create and manage subsets of records called tag sets. Let's try Sort, which you can do from either the Record menu or the button bar. You can quickly change the sort order of the database by choosing one of the sort options. Note how the list pane changes to show the key field for that sort. The blue buttons with arrows let you move among the records: Next, Previous, First, and Last. Note how the Record pane and the list pane change to show the records as you move among them. The Get button is a key. Use it to get a record based on the current sort order. When sorted by catalog number, enter the whole number. When sorted by object name, enter the object name. Quick Search is on the button bar. Enter a word or phrase here and press Enter or click the blue arrow to search. The results are shown to you right away. Note how the status bar at the bottom of the screen tells you how many records were found and that a tag set is active. And note how the fields that contain the word you searched for are highlighted. On the button bar, there are buttons for quickly activating and deactivating tags and filters. For example, we can click Deactivate Tag Set to return to viewing all of the records. Earlier, we showed you Quick Filter in the list pane. Now we'll show you Advanced Filter. It's on the Record menu and on the button bar. This function helps you filter for specific records by choosing the field, then the comparison, then the value you need. For example, condition matches complete poor. You can type the text you want, but if the field you chose is controlled by an authority table, you can also click the button with the 3 dots to choose the term from the table. Click Activate to activate the filter. Note how the status bar shows you the number of records found by the filter and that you have an active filter. You can also choose which fields or columns to view in the list pane. And choose how to sort the filter results, but these are optional. To deactivate the filter, click the Deactivate Filter button. Also earlier, we showed you Quick Search on the button bar. Now let's look at Advanced Search. Click the binoculars on the button bar or choose Advanced Search from the Record menu. You can enter a single word or phrase or specify a particular field to search. Here are some of the tools within Advanced Search. Press F11 for the field list. This shows you a list of letter or number codes for each field. You can double-click to select a field code or simply type it in as part of your search. Use these codes to restrict your search to a specific field. If you're unsure of how a word might be spelled in your data, press F5 for the concordance list, a list of all the words in your data. You can scroll the list or type to find a specific word. You can also double-click to select a word to search. The concordance list also shows you the number of occurrences for each word and how many times that word appears in your data. This concordance list is also a handy way to check for misspelled words in your data. You can easily select them and search for records that contain them so you can correct the records. From the Help menu within the Advanced Search window, choose Search Tips. This screen is printable and includes extensive detail about all of the options available within Advanced Search. It explains how to search for phrases, how to use wildcard such as asterisks, Boolean searches, etc. A Boolean search uses conditions like and, or, and not to define your search criteria. For example, a search for history and paper would find all records classified as history made of paper. But a search for history not paper would find things classified as history but not made of paper. You can make such a search more precise by limiting it to a specific fields using F11 and the field list. We'll do a simple search now for all records that contain the word abrader. Press Ctrl+S or click the Begin Search link to start the search. The search results show in the same window. It tells you how many records were found and shows them to you in a list. Here you can modify your search expression and search again until you get the results you need. Click Use Search Results to use these records. You'll return to the main screen, and the status bar at the bottom of the screen will tell you that a tag set is active and how many records are in the tag. You can save the results of a search or filter in a tag. From the Record menu, choose Add All Visible to Tag Set. You can give your tag a name and choose to share it with others or to save it for just your own use. I'm going to cancel the search results so we're looking at the whole database again. You can find your saved filters and tags in a couple of places. From the Record menu, under Advanced Filter, and activate a tag set, and in the Navigator. Let's look at the Navigator now. Open the Catalog Records node by clicking the blue plus sign next to the button. You can see subnodes for your tags and filters, and for shared tags and filters. The tag we just created is under My Tags. You can click to activate it. And now we're seeing only those records again. I'm going to deactivate this tag set. There are also some built-in filters in the program. These help you find the records you need without having to create the filter yourself. For example, the recently added filter will let you find records adding during a period you specify. For example, the range of records added during a fiscal year. It found some records added during that period. Now I'll deactivate the filter. Finally, you can select which fields you want to include in the list pane. This will help you use features like Quick Filter or Quick Sort with the fields you need. From the View menu, choose Update My List View. Here you can select the fields you want from the list on the left. The list on the right shows you which fields you've selected. Click Save and Activate to show those fields in the list pane. That's all we have time for. Remember to use the system help and the ICMS user manual. If you need technical support for ICMS, contact Rediscovery at the phone or email shown on the Help menu under About Rediscovery.